What's up, YouTube? My name's Mr. Grim. Today, I'm going to be playing a game for you called Torchlight II. Torchlight II is an action role-playing game developed by Runic Games and released on September 20th, 2012. It's a sequel to the 2009 ARPG Torchlight, and really, it's just an updated Torchlight. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than that. The story's different, that kind of thing, but it's basically a nicer, updated version of Torchlight that I'm a huge fan of. The modding community's great. It's just, I mean, even a vanilla game, it's just fantastic. But the modding community really takes it to a whole new level. I'll talk more about that later. Like the original Torchlight, this features randomly generated dungeons and loot, and a bunch of different types of monsters to fight. It's a pretty good sized game, and I find myself really kind of enjoying it. So let's get started, and I'll run you through the first level here. Alright, you've got your 4 classes here: Ember Mage, Berserker, Engineer, and Outlander. Your Ember Mage is basically just the mage class of the game. Trained in arcane arts, Ember Mages employ a variety of elemental skills to deadly effect. Berserkers are kind of a more like dex and strength based class. They're very fast, brutal, and swift. Berserkers call upon powerful beast magic to augment their deadly combat skills. Next we have Engineer. It's kind of your tanky class of the game. Equipped with Ember-powered weapons and armor, Engineers keep the frontier in a working order. They can do that by summoning different types of bots, or just going straight up sword and board, or using, two-handed weapons to just demolish the battlefield. Alright, the 4th and final class is Outlander. Versed in the arcane arts and ancient pacts, Outlanders wield guns and magic with equal skill. They're more of kind of a ranged class, but the beauty of this game is really with any of these classes, you can play them however you'd like. Alright, so let's start off. I think we'll do a Berserker this time. Gotta have that beard in there, of course. Let's go with this. Give him some red hair like yours truly. Or at least a red beard. And let's go ahead and name him Mr. Grin. Alright, your pets. Basically all the pets, as far as I've noticed, act the same, at least in the vanilla game. It's just basically an aesthetic choice. Personally, I usually like to use the head crab because I think it's silly. But there's even an alpaca if you'd really be so inclined. Things like a panther, a cat, a stag, a chocolate. You can even have a panda if you'd like. I think I'm going to go with a head crab here. We're going to name him Krabby. Oops. Krabby, not Crappy. There we are. I'm going to go on Veteran. Basically, these are just your basic difficulties. You can also do Hardcore, which, permanent death. It's a pretty fun game type. I think for right now, I'll just leave it on normal and just do Veteran. Single player, and let's get into it. I can watch it, let me know, and I can stream just the cutscene, or I'm sure you can find it somewhere else on YouTube. Alright, let's start her off here. Left click to move around, run around like a psychopath, and basically left click to attack your enemies when you select them. Right click to use a special move. This is Eviscerate. Basically does just a arcing attack in front of you that takes off a bunch of enemies, inflicts 88% of weapon DPS and 12 physical damage over 6 seconds in bleeding. Let's talk to this guy and get started.
This is as far as I can go. You should carry on to the Asterian Enclave, but you're on your own. Warn them that the Alchemist destroyed Torchlight and is headed their way. He may be there already.
My god. Let's go warn some people, shall we? And here's one thing to note for those of you that are new to ARPGs. One of the first things you want to do in this type of game, explore everywhere. Because you never know in an ARPG what might be lurking in the shadows. What items might be hiding outside of your normal reach. You never just want to follow the main path. Speaking of which, would you look at that? One thing that's nice about the Berserker is what they lack in just straight up strength, they make up for in speed, especially when using some of these smaller weapons. And the criticals. Gotta love them criticals. Anything? Anything? Damn. So look at that. Looks like I built up my charge meter here. That means all of my attacks, I think, are pretty much critical. Oh my, an ambush. So my health's getting kind of low here. Pop a potion and we'll be on our way. Shotguns, people? Really? Come on now. That just seems like an unfair advantage. Chunky. Oh boy, light gloves and light pants? I just feel blessed. Let's see what we got here. Some knucks that I can't use yet. How dare they? How dare they tease me with items that I can't use yet? And I've leveled up. Alright, let's put some points here into skills, and some points here into just basically stats. Alright, as you can see here, the Berserker starts with strength and dex. Doesn't really start with too much in vitality, but I think the idea is kill things before they can kill you. Works for me, so I'm going to go ahead and keep leveling up strength and dex. I think I'll level up some dex here, just for crit and dodge. I really like doing critical attacks, they're just so damn violent. And it's so much fun, especially if you can just continuously crit just over and over and over. It's amazing. Alright, let's see what skills we've got here. Generally what I like to do with skills is I like to level up the passives first. That way I can kind of... I don't have too many skills to deal with and get overwhelmed. And I can start building my character from an earlier level. So it looks like we've got 3 tabs here. Hunter skills, Tundra skills, and Shadow skills. Hunter skills are basically going to be your different types of attacks, or different types of, attacks like Eviscerate, basically. And skills like Blood Hunger. You draw life essence from enemies whenever you land a critical strike. I'm going to go ahead and use that because that is damn fantastic. Tundra skills are basically like ice, obviously Tundra. They're basically ice-type skills, skills for cold mastery, that kind of thing. And Shadow is a lot of just different type of dark. Looks like dark magic, that kind of thing. Stuff like Shadow Burst, where you turn into a spectral wolf and lunge through your enemies, damaging them and healing. It's always nice to have. Alright. Explain some more of those too when we get to the higher levels here. It's also just very satisfying as Berserker, just punching things. I don't know what it is. It's just so satisfying. Of course, you do run the risk of getting the crap beaten out of you, just a little bit. Hence my health bar dropping down. That's why potions are just so useful. And passive skills. Pop a potion here. Oh. There we go. Now let's pop a potion. Now that I've successfully tried to exit to my desktop. Right. Love that charge bar. Now, I didn't really explain it that well before. The charge bar, basically the Berserker charge bar, each class has a different type of charge. You gain charge by attacking enemies, and when you fully charge it, you enter a sped up frenzy state, where you attack faster, do more critical hits, and other attacks have increased critical chance. Of course, it delays pretty fast, but if it lasted too long, I mean, that would just be unfair. Get back here. Of course, if I remember correctly, there are some passive skills that increase the length of charge bar. There usually are for many of the classes, so... See how nice it is to have that passive? Getting just a little bit of health back every time you do a critical. It's beautiful. Skeletons. Oh god. Throwing things. Jesus. I swear, none of these little fodder enemies have just any manners at all. Trying to attack me out of nowhere, ambush me, I swear to god, it's all so very rude.
What's your business here? What's your business here?
Damn right I saved your life. That's what I do. I'm a hero. Come on now.
You have gained.
And I leveled up again. Fantastic. Some better claws here. Let's allocate some more points after I kick the crap out of these little bastards. You didn't need that shield, did you? Boom. Alright. I think I'll put some points into vitality, just to help my survivability just a little bit. Alright, skills. Let's see what we've got here. There we go. Frenzy Mastery. Your feral nature grows more powerful and harder to suppress, increasing the duration of your frenzy states. Basically, you fill your charge bar, frenzy duration increases to 6.5 seconds. Fantastic. Let's get that. Always nice to have some extra frenzy. Let's continue on exploring. Oh my, it's a champion type enemy. Each type's enemies generally are a little bit harder, but they give you better loot. They're kind of like the... I wouldn't really call them mini bosses, but it's that kind of thing. And you gain fame from beating the bejesus out of them. It's a win-win. Ooh, I got a golden key. Golden keys open these locked golden chests in the area, which are generally there to provide you with some better loot. You don't always get anything that great, since this is, you know, randomly generated loot, but still has a better chance in golden chests to give you some fancy stuff. Let's see what we got. These specs you can put into item you can put into equipment or armor, weapons or armor rather, and they'll basically just give you buffs to that weapon or armor. Usually when you put them in armor, they give you more defense, and when you put them into weapons, they give you more attack. However, there are obviously different gems and more rare gems, or specs, that will do the same sort of things, just kind of switch those around. So, I mean, they will do different things, so really just have to watch, basically just collect everything and deal with it later. Let's see. Yeah, fire armor sounds like a good time. Let's put that in there. Switch out the old belt here. That's about all I can do for now. Back to the fighting. Ooh, a monstrous shrine here. Oh no, it's a trap. Well, that was a terrible trap. They weren't even able to kill me. Wasting my time like that, jeez. My, that's a lot of gold. Stuff. Better gloves. Better shoulders that I can't use yet. One thing I do like about some of the equipment in this game is it doesn't just require levels. You can also be able to wear equipment through leveling up different abilities like strength or vitality. Your different base stats rather. So it's a really nice way to, I don't know, spec your character towards something. So you never really know. You don't want to generally spec towards any of the gear that you pick up randomly because you're probably going to find something better in about. We're headed into the Enclave here, the Asterian Enclave. This is your first basic hub in the game, and you can do things here like obviously get quests, buy items, buy and sell items, and buy and sell equipment like armor, weapons, that kind of thing. I'll sell some of these things that I'm not going to use, or that I've already outgrew. Alright, clearing up the inventory pretty well. Fantastic. You can also respec your character. Eventually you'll be able to set and take out gems in your items around this area, I believe. Over here, rather. Here you can respec, and you can also fish. Fishing is a nice little part of the game that you can get different types of fish to feed to your pet, and it will transform them into more powerful monsters for a set duration. I'll try to give you an example here. Caught a big war snout. Alright, let's go up here and feed my pet this fancy fish and see what we get. Big war snout transforms my pet into a war beast for 15 minutes. Let's transform it up. Get over here, you cute little terrifying eldritch abomination. Look at that. Oh, isn't he cute? Alright, well that about concludes this video. I'll be back to show you some more adventures of Mr. Grin the Berserker at a later date. Leave any questions, comments, and concerns below the YouTube video here. And just basically let me know what you think. Constructive criticism is appreciated. Make sure to like and comment as well. Or, excuse me, like and subscribe as well. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Mr. Grin, signing out.